Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be combining like terms. Now, we have actually been doing this before, but instead of calling them like terms, we've actually been calling them pouches. So if you think about the examples where we had pouches and coins on both sides of the equal sign, what we had to do first was cancel out the pouches on both sides in order to get the pouches all together. That's the objective. What we want to try to do is we want to try to take this x right here and this x right here and somehow put it together so that it's all on one side. So we want them all to go on the same side. Now, to do this, we're still going to go through the basic steps. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this 4x first. Now, the way that we get rid of the 4x by moving it across is the same way we get rid of any other number. Now, there's an imagined positive 4x because this is an imaginary positive sign in front of the term. So what we want to do is we want to move the positive 4x to the other side of the equal sign by undoing it and getting rid of it. So we want to do the opposite of plus 4x. So the first step that I'm going to perform is I'm going to bring down a minus 4x right over here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to subtract a 4x, move that 4 out a little bit, subtract the 4x from the right-hand side because that's going to cancel it out and that's going to undo it. Now remember, if you subtract 4x on the right-hand side, you're going to also subtract 4x on the left-hand side. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to keep it balanced. We want to make sure that both sides of the equal sign have the same operation performed. And the reason we can do this is because we're keeping that 4x term together. So we're going to keep that 4x term together as one piece. It's one thing. And all we're going to do is we're going to move it over to here. And the way that we move it is by turning it into the inverse operation, which in this case would be minus 4x. Now, once we get to this point, we can just go ahead and solve it. And remember, we talked about this last week as well. Because they share the same variable here, the x, they share the same term, we can subtract them like normal numbers. So that 10x minus 4x leaves me with 6x. Now we have to bring our equal sign down here because we got to keep it in the middle of this balanced equation. And what we have left then is just this extra 12 over here. And so what we're then going to do is we're just going to bring that 12 down, and I'm going to rewrite the 12 right over here so that the next part of my equation, that's 2 off, is 6x equals 12. Now we're going to stop here for now because this is as far as I want you to be able to do. I just want to make sure you're able to combine these terms and rewrite the equation so that we would be able to solve it later if we needed to.